Hello students, I am your biology lecturer. Welcome to the biology class. In the previous class we discussed about replication, enzymes and its machineries which are very necessary for the replication process, DNA replication process. Then the last class only we started the actual process of replication. Okay, I explained 2 or 3 steps. I will revise all those things. Please be concentrate. Okay, here we took the double stranded DNA for our replication. Okay, in eukaryotic cells there are so many ORI sites are present on DNA, but in case of prokaryotic DNA, only one origin of replication site, that is the ORI site. What is ORI site? ORI sites are usually having the very specific sequences of DNA or specific sequences of nitrogen base pairs. Nitrogen base pairs in the sense purines and pyrimidines. Initially I told that there is a bonding between every purine and pyrimidine, okay, compared to the adenine and thymine, guanine and cytosine is stronger. Okay, usually in the ORI sites it is rich in AT, means adenine and thymine sequences. Okay, here the double stranded DNA have many ORI sites. In case of eukaryotic, if you consider prokaryotic, there is only one ORI site. That ORI site is initially recognized by helicase enzyme. Okay, I forget one thing to mention here, not I forget actually, willingly I did not mention that one because I thought that is not important for your syllabus. Okay, now I am going to explain that one, that is not actually important. Here before helicase enzyme action starts, there is another protein known as, it is also an enzyme, okay, that is the DNA. Okay, just understand, I am going to write here D capital, Na small, again A. DNA protein recognize the ORI sites. Okay, DNA protein firstly recognize the ORI site, then it call the helicase enzyme. Then helicase enzyme bind to the ORI site. It is a hexamer protein. In the last class I told few points about the helicase enzyme. This is the enzyme which binds to the DNA ORI site and it unwinds the DNA. Okay, but here the DNA unwind by helicase enzyme, but helicase enzyme is a, I am going to write here only, if you want to make notes you can write separately. Helicase enzyme is a hexameric, hexa means 6, hexameric protein. Okay, the energy which is necessary for the hexameric protein which is provided by the ATP. Okay, it is always present on 5' to 3' direction strand, means here in the first strand, here this one, the helicase enzyme always present in 5' to 3' strand. Okay, when the ORI site is recognized by DNA A protein, it calls the helicase enzyme. Okay, DNA A friend ಅನ್ನು ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡತ್ತದು ಯಾವುದು ಹೆಲಿಕೇಸ್ ಎಂಜೈಮ್. ಹೆಲಿಕೇಸ್ ಎಂಜೈಮ್ is a larger enzyme, means bigger enzyme. It is hexameric, means it have the 6 subunits. Okay, the hexameric protein which is always attached on the 5' to 3' direction. Okay, then when hexameric protein is attached, it starts its action. Hexameric protein attach ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಅದೇನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತಾ next it starts unwinding the DNA by destroying the hydrogen bond or the breaking the hydrogen bonds. Okay, here there are 2 helicase enzymes are attached on the ORI site. Okay, due to the action of helicase enzyme, there is a formation of replication fork or a Y-shaped replication fork. Okay, then the replication or the DNA bubble is formed by destroying or breaking the hydrogen bond. It is known as a replication fork. Okay, then next, after formation of replication fork or the DNA bubble, if you consider half of the DNA bubble, you can get the structure like this. It's already helicase enzyme attached. It is always present on the 5' to 3' direction. Okay, then we have to mention another important protein which is a initiator. DNA A protein is also known as a initiator. ನೆನಪಿರಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ DNA A protein ನಾವು ಏನು ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, initiator. Okay, the DNA A protein calls the helicase. Helicase already started its work, means unwinding of DNA. Double stranded DNA unwind to form a single stranded DNA. Then after the formation of single stranded DNA, the helicase enzyme calls another 2 important proteins. That is not actually calling, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ನೆನಪಿರಲಿ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಈ ಥರ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡತ್ತೀನಿ. ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಹೆಲಿಕೇಸ್, ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ದ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ DNA, ಒಂದು ಡಬಲ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ DNA ಇಂದ 2 ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ DNA ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಆಯಿತು. ಓಕೆ, ದೆನ್ after that there is another enzyme known as a topoisomerase. The topoisomerase comes and attached with the single stranded DNA. It releases the tension which is created by the opposite supercoiling of single stranded DNA. Single stranded DNA formation ಆಗಿರ್ತದ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಇರಲ್ಲ, ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತದೆ. ಆದರೆ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಯು ನೋ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಇನ್ ಐದರ್ ಸೈಡ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಕಂಪಲ್ಸರಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಟಿ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಜಿ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಕಂಪಲ್ಸರಿ ಸಿ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಟಿ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಪಲ್ಸರಿ ಎ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಟಿ ಎ ಟಿ ಜಿ ಸಿ, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್. ವಿ ಆರ್ ಟಾಕಿಂಗ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ if the formation of single stranded DNA only after the breakage of hydrogen bonds. ಓಕೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ಸು ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ DNA ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಆಗೋದು ಪಾಸಿಬಲ್ ಅದ. ಓಕೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ DNA ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ಥರದ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಇರಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. ಬಟ್ there is a possibility of formation of hydrogen bond between the same single stranded DNA with the different nucleotides. ಇದೇ DNA suppose ಈ ಥರ ಕಾಯಿಲಿಂಗ್, there is a bond interaction. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಟಿ ಇದು ಎ ಅದ, ಇದು ಹೋಗಿ ಇದ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು. okay, with the 2 hydrogen bonds. There is a possibility of coiling the single stranded DNA. That's why there is a enzyme known as a topoisomerase which binds to the single stranded DNA and it releases the tension which is created by single stranded DNA when it forms a supercoiling. Okay. Next, then after attachment of topoisomerase, suppose ಇದನ್ನೇ ನಾವು prokaryote ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರೆ, in case of prokaryotes the topoisomerase is known as a gyrase. topoisomerase ಬದಲಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿರ್ತಿತ್ತು, gyrase enzyme. Okay. Next, after action of topoisomerase, another protein attached with a single stranded DNA, that is SSBP, single stranded binding proteins. The name itself saying that they are going to attach on the single stranded DNA. What is the function of SSBPs? SSBPs functions are when single stranded DNA may form the double strand with formation of hydrogen bond in between the 2 strands. Okay, in order to avoid that, the single stranded binding proteins can attach with each single stranded DNA. Okay, then the single stranded DNAs are act as a template. You know that what is template? Template is a strand which help you to synthesize or replicate the another offspring DNA. ಟೆಂಪ್ಲೇಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಮಿರರ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿಬೋದು. ನಾನು ಅದನ್ನು ನೋಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಇನ್ನೂ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡು ಸಿಂಥಸಿಸ್ ಆಗೋದನ್ನು ನಾವೇನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಟೆಂಪ್ಲೇಟ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್. ಓಕೆ, ನಾ then when 2 strands are get separated which are attached by the topoisomerase and SSBs, then the parental strand which have the 5' to 3' direction, the parental strand which have 3' to 5' direction, the parental strand which have 3' to 5' directions. You can see 3' to 5' direction ಯಾವುದಿರುತ್ತಾ, that template is produces the continuous strand. Okay, the parental strand which have 5' to 3' direction which synthesizes discontinuous strand. I will explain it again here. I am taking this one is a 3' to 5', then 5' to 3'. Okay, already we discussed about helicase, ORI, DNA A protein, topoisomerase, here also same thing. Okay, then SSBPs, single stranded binding proteins. Okay, then just now I told that the strand, the template strand. You know that this one is a template. Okay, the strand which have the template strand which have the 5' to 3' direction, which have 5' to 3' direction, that template, this template is going to produce continuous daughter strand. Okay, then the strand which have the polarity 5' to 3' direction, 5' to 3' direction, that is the discontinuous synthesis of DNA. Okay, before going to start that, we have to allow the entry of another specialized enzyme known as a DNA polymerase. DNA polymerase. Okay. Then, when the DNA polymerase enter, it has so many conditions. Okay. It requires single stranded DNA. It is already ready. It require means it is always works on 5' to 3' direction. It also ready. Then it require initially double stranded DNA. Okay, here if the template strand is in the form of 3' to 5', it will form the discontinuous strand. Okay, it requires double stranded initially it requires double stranded. Okay, that double stranded formation is by the another specialized protein known as, here I will make that protein with a star symbol. That is very important for our replication process. Okay, that is star is nothing but the primase. Primase is a protein which adds the small segment of RNA. Okay, then there is a bond between DNA and RNA. Then the hero enters DNA polymerase. It starts producing the discontinuous strands. Strands in the okay, it produces discontinuous, means here the primase have to add every fragment of DNA. DNA polymerase function is to add deoxynucleotides. Deoxynucleotides add discontinuously. It is known as a discontinuous synthesis. Discontinuous synthesis of DNA. Another side, the polarity which is in between the parental template polarity, which is have the 3' to 5' directions here, 3' to 5' direction, that strand which produces continuous, means here also another DNA polymerase enter, it also have the same condition, DNA, I will write shortcut DNA poly, okay. Here also same condition, it also required double stranded DNA for its work. Again another important enzyme comes, that is known as a primase. that primase adds the small segment of RNA, then the DNA polymerase starts its work adding continuously deoxynucleotides. It forms the continuous synthesis or continuous strand formation. Continuous synthesis or continuous strand formation. Okay. The discontinuous strand is also known as lagging strand. This is also known as lagging strand. The continuous strand is known as a leading strand. Okay. One is a discontinuous lagging strand, another one is a continuous leading strand. Just you remember the template with 3' to 5' polarity. It produces continuous strand. Okay. The template which have 5' to 3' direction, 5' to 3' direction, it produce discontinuous or lagging strand. Okay. Then after the formation of lagging strand, the lagging strand is actually like this. Consider this is a template with the 5' to 3' direction. In the opposite direction, that is 5' to 3' direction, there is a synthesis of lagging strand. Lagging means behind. ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಹಿಂದೆ ಉಳಿಯುವುದು ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. ಲ್ಯಾಗಿಂಗ್ ಅಥವಾ ಡಿಸ್ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ. Okay. Here this lagging strand, these are nothing but the DNA fragments. These DNA fragments are going to attach. These DNA fragments are next going to join by another specialized protein, or we can say enzyme, that is the DNA ligase. Initially I told that DNA ligase is the just like a glue, molecular glue anta karitivu ನಾವು ಅಂಟು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ, which have the capacity to join the two DNA fragments. Later the discontinuous strand also forms the continuous DNA strand. This is the actual process of DNA replication, that is semi-conservative replication of DNA. Okay. Next, the means here why the RNA fragment is added initially during the replication, that is mystery is unknown. Okay. Why the discontinuous formation of DNA occurs, that is also don't know. Means the every detail of replication is not yet discovered completely. In the eukaryotes, the replication of DNA takes place at the S phase. In the initial class, in the previous video I explained that one. Then if any error, if any mistakes which occurs inside during DNA replication, it will result in the formation of polyploidy chromosomal abnormal condition. Means you know that if the replication process continues for 2-3 times within the same cell, it will forms the polyploidy condition. Poly andre many, ploidy andre number of chromosomes. Polyploidy condition ನಾವು ಜೆನೆಟಿಕ್ಸ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಮೆಂಡೆಲಿಯನ್ ಡಿಸಾರ್ಡರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಕ್ರೋಮೋಸೋಮಲ್ ಡಿಸಾರ್ಡರ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ನಾವು. polyploidy condition in the sense multiplication or duplication of the DNA within the same cell. It will forms the polyploidy condition. Polyploidy andra it will causes the higher level disorders or the syndromes. Okay, this is all about the replication of DNA in the organisms. Just remember all the enzymes which are necessary and their function, then the semi-conservative model of DNA replication. This is very important question, it will come for 5 marks. This is very important. Okay. Then after DNA replication, we already completed all the topics which comes for the DNA. We started with the DNA structure, search of genetic material, then replication, experimental proof and enzymes which are very necessary for the replication, then replication process. In the next class, we will discuss about RNA. Okay. After the DNA, we will move to the RNA. RNA importance, RNA synthesis, RNA types, structure, everything we will discuss in the next class. Okay. If you have any doubts means you can ask by commenting. Then the notes of this replication I will provide in the next class. Only I will provide DNA replication notes because it is very important. Okay. Then in the next class we will discuss about RNA and transcription. Okay. I will give some introduction about the RNA. RNA is also one of the ribonucleic acid. Okay. That is also nucleic acid, it is also present in the nucleus, it is also in the form of acidic condition. It also acts as a genetic material for few viruses and the bacteria. RNA is a single stranded. There is a difference between RNA and DNA only at the second position, second carbon atom of the pentose sugar. Already I mentioned all these points. Okay. Then the types of RNAs. DNA is a single type, but RNA have the 3 types: mRNA, rRNA and tRNA. Remember one thing students, the RNA is also present in the nucleus and also in the cytoplasm. Okay. It was a genetic material in the early stages of organisms or in early stages of evolution. RNA is only act as a genetic material. By the RNA only the DNA is synthesized or evolved. Okay. Then we have to discuss the detailed structure of 3 types of RNA and their function and their structure. Finally, we have to discuss the protein synthesis process. Okay. In the next class, we will discuss about RNA and protein synthesis. Ribonucleic acid. It is a genetic material. Some viruses and bacteria. 3 types: rRNA, mRNA and tRNA. There are so many other types of RNA, siRNA, miRNA, siRNA. There are so many types of RNAs are there. But for protein synthesis. These are the 3 main RNAs which are very necessary, which are present in every cell in the organism. Okay. We will discuss about RNA in the next class. Thank you.